one showdown between two teams hoping to get things started on a great note. So Louisiana Monroe's kicker approaches the football, and the 2026 season is underway. From inside the 10, here he comes. They tried to get the wall set up for him, not quite enough for the huge play, but a good job to give his offense some breathing room. The Bulldogs' offense will have the football first. Bluff Bothwell, he is a steady, reliable, consistent force in this attack.
And you got to love this guy's speed. And to me, David, that's the one thing that really separates him from most other running backs in college football. There are so many guys at this level that can make you miss, and they can get in the second level, they can run through tackles, catch the ball, block, all that stuff. This guy, though, has home run breakaway speed. If he gets past your second level, he's out.
And you see defenses take angles on him, and he just outruns them. Like, he's just got that extra gear that's different, that scares you. You can tell people are trying to play so fast to try to catch up. So, number one job for this defense, man, try to make him play in the phone booth, right? Like, don't let him get out in space and get matchups like on a...
There he goes! Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. The handoff as they run the counter play here. Let's take just a minute and talk about Mississippi State. The only important expectations are the ones inside the program, but when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
Yeah, and you hear it all season, and you see it every year. The teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
And the deflection on third down. How big is that? Forces a fourth down. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. So the UL Monroe Warhawks offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here's a freshman that, despite not being highly recruited, has burst onto the scene. A talented young wideout who has played at a much higher level than his high school rankings would indicate. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. That's caught. It's Anderson. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. The transfer has it his first carry. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Using the quick game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. The Warhawks will punt this one away. He's got it. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
A designed run for the quarterback. Stumbled to the ground.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Finds the big tight end. First catch of his career, and you see why they believe this freshman tight end can contribute early. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to Fluff. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38. Here comes the Warhawks offense onto the field to go on the attack. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Find some fresh air. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. This time he wants to throw. Swings it out to his running back, and he's knocked down.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football is tackle guys in the open field. Great job going and getting them on the ground.
Finds a little bit of room. Give him a couple down to the 23. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. From the gun, wants to pass. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Snagged in the middle. It's Cotton. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Right back to it. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. He wants to change this route. Taylor wants to throw. Rushes on him. He's sacked. This defense all over him. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. The Louisiana Monroe offense heads out onto the field to open this drive. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, baby.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on it.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Here comes the heat. Wide open downfield. Open space in the middle. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Running inside, it's Jamison. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They knock him down right at the 20-yard line. Not enough for the 1st down, but maybe they'll keep the offense on the field. It's good. The lead now 6 here in the 2nd.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
On the move from inside is 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Quarterback may change this route. They'll start on the ground with Bothwell. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Taylor wants to throw it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you've just got to take off and get it.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion. So 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Escapes the pressure to his right. Looking for room at the 40. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Here's the give to Bothwell. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. He'll run it again. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And the Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to surprise him with the pass. The sure hands, it's Cotton. They stop him at the 22, 15-yard pickup on the play, and a 1st down just outside the red zone. The Bulldogs go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Taylor wants to throw. Hauls it in. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half. The referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Now adjusting. Got enough space. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick them up and put them down and go get 1st downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? The offense changing the play. They'll run it with Bothwell. He's going for the goal line. Just hammering it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Extra point here will give them the lead. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety, you get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together, great job executing, great job getting a touchdown.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got his man on the right. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I love defenses that can tackle the catch. Right away, they're not giving up any yak. As soon as that player has the ball, he goes down now.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Got his man. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it. The Bulldogs will use their 1st timeout. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big 3rd down coming up. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. Outside the pocket, lets it go. On target over the middle. Timeout taken by the offense. It's their 2nd. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the 1st. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Throws to the wideout. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Pressure coming. He can't make the catch. Had it right in his hands, and it'll be 4th down. And the Warhawks line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. The Bulldogs Cincinnati's offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create, and sometimes
Breaks into the open. He's now up to 75 yards on the ground, and he wanted to make a first impression, and he's doing that in this opening game. Taylor wants to throw it. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
They'll give it to Fluff. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. This time he wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Cotton. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Mississippi State calls the second of its 3 timeouts. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
139 Albatross. 139 Albatross.
To the air on first down. Over the middle, it's Williams. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. Excellent job using the clock. They get the timeout. 2 ticks remaining, and now they can put up points before going to the locker room. Right down the boulevard. Now up by 4 here in the third quarter. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update. Mississippi State has it teed up, ready to go here in the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. What do they have to say coming out of halftime, Holly?
I caught up with the UL Monroe head coach at the half. Coach is understandably frustrated right now. They brought this running back in for big-time performances like this, but he has struggled turning over the ball, trailing here in this game. They have got to get a more steady performance from their running back in this moment. See how he starts the second half, and I'll keep you posted down here on the field. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly.
man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Warhawks will call on their punt team. Catch is made at the 15. He's got great speed. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Mississippi State comes out on offense to start the drive. They haven't really been able to line up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Off the play fake on first down. Finds his big tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going, too.
Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Got room at the 35. Give him 109 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. And the Bulldogs come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Firing to the right, complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
Give to the back. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Didn't get anything done, 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. They'll line up for a second down play. Catch in the middle, it's Anderson. Oh, he's got some space. Oh, what a cut! A huge play there, and he has them set up and in business at the 30. They made the defense pay with that last big chunk of yardage. Now 1st and 10 from the 30. He goes right back to the air. Working the middle. Touchdown, Warhawks! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Getting aggressive here and going for 2.
Well, they obviously had some ups and downs throwing the football in the first half, but really nice job being on the same page by the quarterback and his target, getting their first passing touchdown of the season here in the second half. Let's see now if they can get some momentum in the throw game going for the rest of this game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, if they could stop the run, it was going to be really, really hard on the offense, and I just love the tenacity they're playing with right now. This front 7 are flying around, getting to the ball carrier. This running back has had nowhere to go today.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. The give, it's Jamison. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Warhawks will send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work, 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Here on the Bulldogs sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire. They expected a big performance from him today, and he has delivered, just going over 100 yards already in this game. I expect them to continue to feed him the ball. I'll keep you posted from down here on the sidelines. Back to you.
Holly, thank you.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The short hands, it's Evans. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And I love when my quarterback sees zoned and knows exactly where to go with the football, sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And this is the beauty of getting in these third down and manageable situations. It makes it so much easier for an offense. Now you can run your RPO game, and everybody has to respect that run. I read it. He reads it correctly, spits it out on the perimeter right now. Your guy does the rest of the work. Nice third down execution.
Here's a give to Bothwell.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Taylor wants to throw. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Man, really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control.
Makes a grab and room to run. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be...
Finding some room. Got enough for the first. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them. Successful, move the ball.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. They'll move the tight end. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. As we head to the quarter break, Mississippi State has the lead. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Tight end now in motion. They'll run play action. Makes the grab. It's Anderson. Fighting off the defender. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Pass completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys in a coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
To the air on second down. It's complete on the right side. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Bringing the heat. He's got it. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Warhawks, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Caught in the backfield. It's Anderson. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the defense gets home with the pressure and knock him down for a loss, but there are penalty markers down. Let's sort that out. When you're trying to protect the lead, you just simply cannot have a personal foul penalty at this stage in the game. And the Warhawks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Oh, they're after him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. This is one of those momentum turning points. If this defense can force a field goal attempt, that is a victory for them. Got his man. They put it in the hands of their playmaking receiver, but he will be stopped short. It's 4th down. The snap sets up the throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. So working with a lead here, they'd like to put together a long, time-consuming drive and put this thing away. They'll start on the ground with Fluff Bothwell. Turning it on! He gets it up across the 20 to the 22 before he's pushed out of bounds.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Fluff Bothwell again. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
Great job by the offense there, getting the 1st down on the ground, staying in bounds too. So if you're on defense here, you might want to start thinking about using your timeouts. You've got 3 in your back pocket, but trailing, you've got to start using it.
The give and tick, 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 tick. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They give it to him again. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Handoff, Fluff Bothwell. Got a little grass. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. The Bulldogs kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Bothwell. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Absolutely center cut, and that will extend their lead even further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Now the play fake. They get to him as he throws. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Finds his man down the middle.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
And a lot of times football.
And guys, hold that thought just a second because here comes the 4th down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. On the move, he fires. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding.